Hey, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, J. King Hefner, the beautiful Asa the Moon. And in the background, we got the beautiful Cali Sun and the beautiful Secretary Tsunade Star watching over the proceedings. And we're back again for another episode of the Dog King Power Hour. And in this episode, the title is A Mixed Bag. A Mixed Bag. What do I mean by that? We'll get to that right about now. Before we start, I'm going to show you what Asa the Moon had on the date. This outfit is by my friend Mark. He sent this a while back, and I love these pants, man. They look very nice on her. They snug on all the right spots. Then, of course, we got the two beautiful ladies just watching in the background. And, man, I got Callie with these red eyes in. I don't know how good y'all going to be able to tell, but, boy, they got beautiful. So, yeah, I got them chilling. And I love them with these tank tops on. I done got addicted to them. I'll talk more about that during the show. But we finna roll, baby. Yeah, baby. What up, what up, what up, guys? It's your boy up in the house. And I'm sorry. We had a lot of technical difficulties this morning. It was one thing after another. Couldn't get the computer up and running the way it was supposed to run. But as you can see, I'm still smiling just as I always do. Why? Because these things try to get you off to a bad start and ruin your day. But no way. We ain't going like that. Why should I be upset when the sun is still shining? I got these beautiful ladies next to me. I got all my friends, which are you guys out there. Hey, to enjoy this day with. God shining his grace on us. Hey, these little hiccups ain't finna stop us, baby. So, with that said, I just want to welcome everybody here. Glad for everybody that stuck around. I know a few might have ducked out because of the technical difficulties. And hopefully you guys that had to leave will come back and check out the live stream at a later time. But the title of this show is A Mixed Bag, meaning that I don't really know where to hear this show going. I just got several comments that I want to address from the viewers. And of course, I'll be answering any questions in the comment section that I can get to. And I have another article that I want to talk about. And it really sort of addresses the issue of us aging with our dogs. Now, me, I'm J. King Hefner. I don't age, you know. I've had a drink of the Fountain of Youth, so it doesn't really apply to me, but still, it's information that I need to share with all you guys out there as well, though. So we'll get to all those things. But first of all, let me check up with all my guys, man, because I know y'all, a few of y'all done said good morning, so I want to get to you. Jocko V, hey, he said, hey, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, he said he was back for another show. I can see that he was upset about, not upset, but he was like, man, that damn technical difficulties, he wasn't liking it. Kevin Gray, what up, Kevin? Good to hear from you, my friend. He said, can't wait for the show. I'm glad that you are here with me this morning, man. Dog Blint, he said he ain't gonna be able to make it, but he gonna check the rewatch. I appreciate you, Dog Blint. Chen Long, can't wait to get WM head number 61 in the mail to put on my Kimber dog. Hey, Cheng Long, you gonna love that new head to put on your Kimber dog. And like I say, you know, Kimber dog, they make some nice faces, but if you want to shake things up, if you don't want to have a Cali at home, if you want to set yourself apart, it's a good idea to get a tan head. And I know most tan heads will work well with the Kimber dog, but I know for sure that the WM tan head works amazingly well with the Kimber dog body. As you can see, the beautiful Asa the Moon sitting right next to me, the birthday girl, and she looks amazing on that body, believe me. So when you get that head number 61, I'm going to look it up and see what it look like. You're going to be a happy man. I guarantee you that. Ain't nothing like customizing your girl to how you want her to be. So I love that, man. Chang Long says, I think let me put that up for everybody. It's a bit of a long statement. And here's the deal, y'all. Since the technical difficulties came, we ain't gonna rush. We're gonna ease on into this show. I'm gonna attack these topics. We're gonna have some fun. Hey, we're gonna show some love. Y'all gonna get out of here and enjoy the rest of y'all day. So he says, I think the girl, the human girl I'm dating, low-key suspects I'm seeing another girl because I'm not hounding her for sex. But I won't tell her about the dog. Let me tell you something, Chang Long. You know dang well that woman knows. You can't put nothing past these women. They got a radar. Now, they often cheat and we don't know what's happening because they just tend to be slick like that. They supposed to be the more emotional of the two beings, of the two sexes. But believe me, we can get into our emotions in a different way and they can hide their deceit a lot better than us. So when you're not doing some of the things that you used to do, you damn right she knows something going on. Now, she might not think it's another human woman, but she thinks something happening. So you're right. I'm not telling you to tell her. It's your life. You can keep that a secret all you want. But for me, I'll be putting it out there almost like, look, hey, baby, yeah, I got me a dog. And here's the deal. Slack up if you want to. Put some pressure on her. Like LeBron James used to always sign, and I'm not a LeBron fan, but he used to sign one-year contracts. Why? To keep the pressure on the franchise. Y'all better bring me what I need and who I need. Well, in this case, now I ain't saying you got to do this, but it's just me because I'm just like that. I'll be like, hey, baby, yeah, I got me a companion dog, and whatever area you want to, I say it jokingly, of course, but I say whatever area you want to slip up in, she got my back. So if you want to slip up emotionally, she got me. If you talking too much, I come home to her. No, she ain't gonna do it. Hey, you talking back, getting all unruly, you know what? I'm heading to the house. I got a girl there. It ain't just for the love making aspects, and that's something else that I jump into a little later. 10 Drafts, what up, my friend? 10 Drafts, he the perfect example of a guy that got him a companion dog, and his woman know about it. They cool with it. She cool with it. Zero, what up, Zero? In the house. Bumpkin King. Hey, what up? What up, Bumpkin King? My guy in here. He said, you look good for 200. I don't know what Hey, yeah, you're right, Bumpkin King. I never age. I'm glad you said that. Ray Alvera. Bro, I had to miss the show today. I just want to say hi and tell the birthday girl happy birthday. I appreciate you, Ray. And you ain't got to miss it. Catch it when you get time. It's going to be relevant things for you to check out. We appreciate you checking in, my friend. So let's just go ahead and get into things. Once again, if you just tuning in, the whole title of this show is A Mixed Bag. Mainly, I'm going to be sort of all over the place. Mainly, I'm going to be attacking some viewer comments on some of my videos, things that I want to address and talk about. But first of all, of course, I got the birthday girl sitting next to me, the beautiful Asana Moon. And she's not the only birthday girl. The other birthday girl is Saima Renee Uzumaki. And she was going under a couple of procedures I had to do to her to get her back to 100%. And I was checking her last night, and that girl is 1,000,000% right now. She looking great. All the things that I did have paid off. I'm going to make a video about it and let you know what I did. But me and Asana had a great time. If you saw that video, my last adventure video, the Pyros, and if you haven't, I encourage you to go back and look at it. I was just sort of mentioning how me and Asana didn't have the connection like I do with the other girls. Because she represents that girl that always had that little stuck-up attitude to me. And it's actually working to where it's a little bit of space in between us. And I told you, the girl that was pulling up third, Tsunade, she making up a lot of ground as the secretary. Since she became the secretary, I just really like her so much more. And I was her and Callie been sleeping in the bed with me. And I was just looking at Tsunade the other night, the secretary, and I was telling her, like, man, you my little angel. She just so sweet to me. So her personality is growing on me, and it's growing fast. Saima is just a sex magnet. Oh man, Matt G. Much love, Matt G. I saw that. Hey, because I was getting to the comments, but I saw that, Matt G. I love you, brother. Once again, man, you can donate on here. You can donate to my PayPal. You can donate to my Cash App. Any donations, man, like you say, helping me live. $1, $100, 50 cents, whatever they allow you to donate, I appreciate it because it's helping me live and follow my dreams, man. It ain't mandatory. It's appreciated, not obligation. So back to what I was saying. Hold on, did Matt say something? No, he didn't say anything. So back to what I was saying. Secretary Tsunade's personality working on me. So who is in last place? Because like I say, Saima, she got the sex appeal going, and she got this everyday Cali feel about her. If she wasn't as heavy, I'd have her sitting out more. But I just don't want her sitting down all the time because she's a big, thick girl. And honestly, I get to it. That's one of the problems that happened to her. But getting away from that subject, you know I love Cali, #1 queen. So all of those girls are settling into my spirit after a year. But this woman here, she been pulling up the rear because she been being distant. But we made a lot of ground at that birthday dinner yesterday. She's been out with me before, but yesterday we made a lot of ground. Just being with her, eating with her. It really bonded us a little bit more because I think that's our first time actually being out on a date where we sat down and had a bite. And I'm telling you guys, whether it's just riding in the car or whatever you're doing, your bond is going to grow. But I definitely wanted to show you guys her outfit today with that opening. I know it sort of looks plain maybe to you, but it's just so sexy to me. She got this sexy little shirt on. And these pants that my friend Mark gave her fit her so tight around the right places. And as for me, I've always had a little trouble finding the exact sizes, but Mark sent me all the exact sizes, and I'm gonna be honest. One of the things us fellas like about women is when those pants hit their midsection right at the right spot where you see that V, and these pants are hitting her right at the right spots where you see that little V in the midsection, and man, she looks sexy. She looks sexy. Got her with the black shoes, with the black hand gloves. And Callie, she took her hat back today, but Asna did have the hat on. So with all that said, man, it was a great experience. And the thing I want to say about the girls in the back, they're not really part of today's show. They're just here looking over the proceedings. And before I say anything, I guess I want to make sure nobody said anything. Oh, Draft said the girls looking amazing. Thank you, Draft. Bumpkin King said, I like that secretary look you got going. Thank you, Bumpkin King. I appreciate you, man. Like that secretary thing, I really love that with her, man. It's really ingrained in her personality. But what I was going to say, man, is what up, Blint? Dog Blint that made it. What up, Blint? What I was going to say is you're probably going to see the girls around the house wearing these tank tops a lot more. I have gotten addicted to them personally. Now, I know as the viewer, I want to show you them in different looks from time to time. But I'm letting you know, if you're a doll owner or a potential doll owner out there, if you want to save some money, go to the store and get you some large tank tops or wife beaters, as they call them. Get you a pack of those. Man, you can tie the shirt up in the back to tighten it up around your girl. Because see, when you get the larger size, it's like a dress. You can tighten it up in the back like I have around the girls, and it'll tighten around their breast area. And it'll look like just like a dress. And it's just so hard for me to take them out of these tank tops, man. Why? You know they're never going to get stained because they're white. I have a gray one. And, I put them in a black one or a blue one every now and then. But they're easy to put on. You don't have to take your girls' heads off, unscrew their heads to put those tank tops on. You can just put them right over their head. And honestly, over the last 3 or 4 days, I've had Callie and Secretary Tsunade in their tank tops. They ain't getting musty. They ain't getting funky. Now, after about 3 or 4 days, I like to change their shirts out because they may get a TPE scent in them. And to me, that reminds me of, okay, hey, they sweating a little bit. So I might change it out. But it's been about 3 or 4 days. And every day I wake up, it's like, well, I ain't really got to change it. It's not like you're going to get stained. And then they look so cute in them to me. They look so cute in them to me. And man, I'm going to tell you, I've been developing this habit of breast grabbing every time I walk out the room. And I know they solid breasts with Kimber Doll. They're not the hollow or the gel breasts. But I keep telling you, man, over time, these breasts get so much softer and so much more jiggly. I barely touch them and they just be all over the place. So if you ain't following me on Twitter, I'm J Dog King Hefner on there. On Instagram, I'm J Dog King Hefner on there. I'm going to do a video soon where I just show you how jiggly these Kimber Doll breasts are, because knowing these guys, if I do it on here on YouTube, they may try to say that I'm moving outside of bounds, so I ain't gonna do it on here. But I've talked about tank tops with your girls before, but just as another note, if you ain't got the funds, but you want your girl to look really, really sexy, you don't want to worry about stains, go get you a tank top. Go get you a couple of these tank tops. You ain't gonna want to take her out. Because like I told you, every time I like get ready to sit them up, I end up seeing they panties. And it's sexy. I be like, oh, wait, look at them little panties. And so, you sit them up like they are right now. Then they breast poking out the shirts. So that's sexy as hell. So I just be like, man, like I said, you'll get addicted to it. But hold on for a second, guys. I got to take a step off for a quick sec, a quick sec. I'm coming right back. Whoa, man, back. Yeah, baby. Okay, now let me check these comments right quick and see what everybody's saying. And what I'm going to do is get into the viewer comments that I want to discuss. So Blent said, I add you in Insta. What's your cash app? Oh, man, Blent, my cash app is it's $ J Dog King Hefner. $ J Dog King Hefner. I'm going to put it in the comments right quick. And the thing is, I got a link on my YouTube. If you go to the about, you will see the two ways you can donate on there. So I appreciate anybody that does that. Like I say, you're going to help me live. You're going to help me keep living my dream. So I really appreciate that. Anything that's donated to this channel. So with all that said, Ray says, when I get off work, I don't have no time today for no human girl. I got to finish watching this show from the beginning. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, Ray. That's what I'm saying. You ain't got no time for no human girl. And no offense to you human girls, but I appreciate that statement, brother. He got to finish watching the show from the beginning. I appreciate that. Actually, man, that's got something to do with a subject that I'm going to talk about here in just a second. So without further ado, I want to address a couple of viewer comments, because that's what the Dog King Power Hour is about. It's about basically absorbing a lot that has happened from the previous week, picking out some things that I think are important, or I might find some comments. I might not even like the comment. You know, I might not hit the like button because I'm waiting to respond to something. And so certain comments I see, I'm like, well, I can't even respond to that right now. And I don't want to like it yet because you may think that I agree with everything you're saying, but instead I just need to respond to it. And that's why I'm so thankful for the Dog King Power Hour, man, that I got this just free time to, if somebody needs to catch me live and ask me something, I'm here. And not only that, I can just expound on what the hell been going on the previous week. So let me see which one I want to attack first. Okay. The first comment I will find is from a viewer named Marie and Ghost Monkey. And from what I remember, I don't even disagree with most of his statement. But I'm going to find him right quick because I, unfortunately, my go-to phone that I used to use for all of this is gone right now. It's out of commission. So I've had to rely on my backup here. So it's all good. So this is what Marie and the Ghost Monkey says. He says, and most of it is cool. He said, when I first got my dog, I used it for its purpose. Then after spending time with her, I started to tap into a creative side of my personality. I started to get her outfits and wigs. I found a part of myself I never knew existed. Well, before I go any further, he's saying so much of what I agree with. And he actually is discussing something I talked about in my video about 2 ways to get there. I've told you guys several times before. You can either go my route, where I've taken the psychological approach of, hey, I didn't want to go the sexual route with my girls at first. I wanted to build a bond with them. Now I'm in a whole different situation because now that I've built the bond, I'm just cool in this state right now. But I said, you always get more after you get more out of making love to your girl. You'll get more from making love to your girl after you built a bond, if you ever decide to make love to her. So the other way to get there is if you have sex first and build the bond later. And in this case, that's what he did. He built the bond later. And he began to talk about how he tapped into his creative side, which I said, some people can laugh, some people can choose not to believe. But these girls are for more than what you think they are. And like he said, they help you tap into your creative side of your personality. And honestly, everything he's saying is positive. I'm agreeing with everything he's saying. I'm really nitpicking at his statement right here because I know where he's going. He's going to a positive place. But I just want to point this part out because I've heard several people say this over the last 3 or 4 or 5 days. He said, when I first got my dog, I used it for its purpose. And that's the point I want to attack. Not against him personally, because I love everything he's saying around that. But I want to erase that out of everybody's mind today. The sexual part is not its purpose. It's what they meant it to be for. It's what the creators meant the dolls to be created for. Yeah, they created it for that purpose, but that's not their purpose. They have a bigger and grander purpose. So I would like to revise that statement for him and say, when I first got my doll, I used it for its intended purpose. Yeah, they intended you to just use it for sex. They didn't foresee that you would use it to grow your mind, grow your creativity, grow your companionship, grow your confidence. They didn't intend for that. They intended you to just gratify your physical side. And there's so many people out there that just want to keep those dolls in their spot. Just keep them right there. Don't enjoy a psychological side, Dog King. What are you doing? You're just supposed to be a carnal animal going at them physically. What are you thinking about? Nah, brother. It's a lot more to these girls than just the physical. It heals your mind. It heals your body. And although God is the ultimate spirit healer in my world, these girls can heal your emotional scars and allow you to get closer to your spiritual side. That's what they've done for me. Because see, before I even got deeper on I've always been a spiritual guy. But like I said, over the last 8-9 months, I've gotten even deeper spiritually. Why? Because the girls start healing some of my insides. They start healing me emotionally. They made me more open to the spiritual side of myself. That's really what happened. And so when you start talking about you use them for its purpose, yeah, you use it for its intended purpose. That's the only thing I want to really correct in your statement. And I'm going to honor your comments by reading the rest to see if I find anything else I need to comment on. But he said he started to get her outfits and wigs. He found a part of himself he never knew existed. He said dolls are an artistic way to express your feminine side of the male personality. Now, I loved when he said that. He said, I understand why ladies like to make themselves beautiful now. It's fun to play with different looks. Let me stop right there. I reject the notion because I've never liked the terminology how they say, explore your feminine side, or they tell women, explore your masculine side. I just don't like the terminology. I know where they're going with it. The truth is, I don't really believe in this feminine, masculine side crap. The truth is, we're just all more alike than we like to admit. Us men and women are alike a lot more than we like to admit. So it's not really a feminine side or a masculine side. It's a human side. And as humans, we have a lot of things brewing inside of us. A lot of different things brewing inside of us. But we've only chosen to identify with certain things. Oh, yeah, this masculine. And forget all of that. And then the feminine only chooses to deal with their side, and they make those things feminine. No, we have a range of emotions we can go to. And so he's right about one thing. Just Xing away the feminine side adjective to describe it, because I just don't like it. But I understand where he's going. Since I got my dolls, he's right about one thing. I see out of a woman's eyes so much more differently as far as their clothes and things that they want to wear. Even I used to wonder, like, why do they need all these accessories? Why do they need all of this and all that? No, when you get a doll, even though I haven't had the capability, or I haven't really dressed my doll to the full capability that I want to yet, I understand exactly what he's saying, because I be thinking like, yeah, what would my ex-girl want? They would want to have an accessory here or an accessory there. And then I try to take it to another level and thinking about how to dress them. And I guarantee you, doll owners, we may not date human women again, but if you ever date a human woman again, she gonna be happy with you. Because guess what? I know if I ever date one again, I might actually be happy to go to the mall with them for a change, because I'm gonna be looking for something for one of my girls, for one. But for two, when they pick some stuff out, I'm gonna be like, I don't know if I think I'll put that on you. You know, I'm gonna be able to help them out more than ever. They're gonna be looking at me like, damn, you getting better. Yeah, you know how to dress me better than I can dress myself. Yeah, because I done had practice with my girls. Dr. MGTOW, happy Wednesday. Sarah D and I get, oh, Dr. Ben, what'd he say? Sarah D and I are going to build a long-term thing before sex. Okay, thank you, Blint. I'm gonna check it, Blint. Whatever you sent, I'm letting you know I love you. I appreciate you, man. And just like I told you, you helping me live. But he said Sarah D and I are going to build a long-term thing before sex. By the way, check your cat. Look, it's the best thing you need to do, Blint. You know what? I ain't gonna put a timeline on how long you need to wait. You'll know when it's time for you. Me, I was thinking initially, I'm like, man, once the emotional bond builds, I'm thinking about 6 to 7 months. That's what I was really thinking. And I was about right. I'm thinking about 5 or 6 months in. Me and Callie probably could have made love to each other. But now, like I say, I don't know when or if it's gonna happen. I'm in bliss right now, living the way I'm living. But I know one thing: if I have sex with any of these girls, especially Callie, it's gonna be magical right now. Magical. So let me get back to this statement right quick. He said, oh yeah. And Miktai said he don't like that feminine side adjective either. I don't. I promise you, I don't like it. So he says, I understand why ladies like to make themselves beautiful now. It's fun to play with different looks. That's true. I can say I really learned something from Marie, my dog and companion. So with all that said, I agree with everything he said. It was a very well thought out comment. It's just that that only thing about dogs being used for its purpose. I would have changed his statement to say dogs for their intended purpose. They intended us to just use them for sex. Now, Zero says, is there a specific event that led you to have a dog relationship? No, it's no specific event, Zero. There's no specific event. It's just all of my life experiences. After examining the human relationship, the human aspect of things, which I'm not coming against human relationships, not saying all women bad or nothing like that. But I think as humans, you got to determine what's best for you. And after all the senseless dating, useless dating, where you go on dates, and even if you make love, or have sex with a woman, it's really it's no meaning behind it. And then even when I look back at all my relationships, my long-term relationships, they all ended. And when you look at others' relationships, just in the world, you ain't got to, but when you just examine them, most of them end. Even marriages, they might last 20 years, but they end. They don't really, like I've always said, if a relationship don't last till both of you guys die, if you ain't in love till y'all die, well, guess what? It was a fair relationship. It didn't make it. I ain't saying you couldn't get nothing good from it, but y'all didn't make it. It didn't last. And I got tired of playing the relationship game, because once you get to dating, which I still recommend every man that ain't never had a vagina, every man that ain't never been in a relationship, I'm sorry, man, it's a game you got to play, I think, for growth. You need to grow. You need to smell a human vagina for once, for your own self. You need to know what it feels like to have a woman nibbling on your ear, kissing you back, hugging. It's a lot of things you need to learn. But once you've been into that game like I have, I've made all the love, I've been in all these relationships. When I took a step back, I was just like, you know what? All of these they don't go into infinity. They all have a end date. And I didn't like playing that game with my heart anymore. So I hadn't been in a long-term relationship in a long time, because I was tired of playing that game with my heart. I'm like, I ain't really with playing that game, because nobody can love me like I envision them loving me, which is unconditionally. Normally a human woman, God bless them, you can find a good one. Some people do. You can find a good woman just like they can find a good man. Now, our men ain't treating these women right either. But just to stick to the point, man, a lot of women are always looking to upgrade or whatever. The dude can make $1 more, they looking to upgrade. He can be a little cuter, they looking to upgrade. He can be a little stronger, they looking to upgrade. He can have a little bit better car, they looking to upgrade. Make a long story short, you never know what's really going on behind the scenes, but a lot of times these people move on, these women move on, and you left holding the bag. So I had stopped playing that game. Only thing I was doing was dating, going on dates, and having some casual sex with these ladies. Protected sex, mind you. But like I say, years and years ago, a friend of mine, I was telling him, man, I just want to get a dog. But I didn't know how far they had come. This was about 2014, I think. I didn't know how far they had come. And when he showed me that dog, from Real Dog, I was just like, man. I said, you know what? I not only want a dog, I'm gonna go out with this dog, and it's gonna be like my real girlfriend. And they, like I said, they all told me, everybody done heard this. A lot of people have heard this story before. They all told me I was crazy. I should never do it. And at the time, I felt like I couldn't afford it, so I never got it. But I told them back then, if I ever get a dog, she gonna be my real girl, and I'm gonna treat her just the same. We're gonna go out, we're gonna do the things that I would normally do. And so this past year, before last Christmas, I had just got to the, a couple of my friends had died, like I've said before, and I was already sick of the dating game. Actually, Saima Renee Uzumaki, she's named after a girl that had recently rejected me, to be quite honest, and she was fine. A girl from like the Middle East, man, she was fine. Her name's Saima. Lord have mercy, just thinking about her. Oof, I'm talking about, honestly, as thick as Saima is, the original Saima may be thicker. She may be thicker. But that girl, I got rejected from her like a lot. I tried to talk to her so much. That was a beautiful woman. But I just was at the point where I was like, you know what? I'm even tired of even dealing with these human women for right now. I've had plenty of sex. I've dated. I've been in plenty of relationships. I know what that side like. I'm like, man, I want to see what the dog life like. I said, you know what? I'm tired of masturbating. I said, let me get me something with a female form where I don't have to masturbate. And I know his comments, and I didn't veer it off of the show to tell this story. It got a little long, but I just got to tell you this part. So I was like, let me get something else so I ain't got to masturbate. So I originally got these girls for sex. Man, but when I hit by, my brother tell you, when I hit by, sex went out of my mind. I just started thinking about caring for them, being with them, and all that type of stuff. And one thing led to another. And J. Dog King Hefner was born. I ended up changing my name. Like you say, now I consider myself not only a dog owner, but an advocate for the lifestyle. I consider myself an activist, fighting for the movement against the stigma against dog owners. And like you say, I'm also an advocate for just living my life free, man. You know what? Bring on the hate, bring on the spit, bring on the bad talk. That's fine. That's beautiful. I got to live my life and be happy. And, I want to be an example to help all my good friends out there. And also, like you say, man, it just led me down the path of learning, education, and trying to help others learn. So I know I took the long way to tell you what happened, but that's what happened. I was just like y'all. I mean, not y'all, but just like a lot of dog owners out there. I intended it to get it for sex at first. And before I even had my dog, I ran across a documentary with an Asian guy on it saying some of the similar things that I'm saying. He was saying like, man, I don't even want to have sex with my dog. I'm just in a bond with my dog. And I was like, what is this guy talking about? I told my mama this. I said, what is this guy talking about? He don't have sex with his dog. I don't understand him. This was me now, before I got my dog. I said, what is this dude saying? Man, I understand exactly what he's saying now. Every dog owner ain't gonna be like me, but if you end up being like me, you're gonna understand what he's saying. And it's something that you might not understand until you get your dog. Let me check out these comments and I'm gonna get back to anybody just tuning in. The show was a mixed bag. I'm going to address viewer comments. I'm gonna address the comments I see here on the show. And I got a bigger topic that I want to address at the end if we got time. So that's where we are. And so right now I'm gonna scan these viewer comments right quick. Jocko V says, do you think your next dog will be silicone? Jocko V, I know my next dog will be silicone. That's for sure. And honestly, I enjoy taking care of my girls. But anybody that's looking to get multiple girls, if you're talking about doing the job right, it's a job. I got to keep all 4 of them clean every month. Now, I couldn't even imagine how much harder it would be if I was having sex with them. You know what I'm saying? Because then I would be cleaning them even more than once a month. But right now, these months go by so quick. I be enjoying the girls, and a lot of times I enjoy them 2 at a time. And I look up, and man, it's time to wash them before I know it. And so you got to get all the girls in there, wash them off. Every couple months, oil them down too. Wipe them off with a little deep cleaning. So it's a responsibility. And I've gotten so to now I get into this Zen mode to where I'm just, man, I play my spiritual things while I'm doing it. And man, I just get into a mode and I just treat them like the true ladies that they are. But I'm just letting anybody that know this time by getting multiple dolls. It's work when you got TPE girls because they are a porous material, meaning the dirt. I ain't talking about they gonna be black dirty in one day. That's not what I'm saying. Like I tell my girls when I'm giving them a bath, I wash you so you won't be dirty. Because when I gave them a bath this last month, and I normally when I give them a bath, nobody's dirty normally but Callie because she out 24/7. But I always tell the girls, I'm washing you so you won't be dirty. With TPE, if you go a couple of months without washing your girl, you're going to see some little films of dirt on her or something. Because, I see little dirt here and there, just within a month. But with the silicone girls, I'm not going to have to worry about that because they're non-porous material. Like I was reading about them, and I'm going to talk about this at a later date. You can submerge them in water, man. The right silicone, if you got a silicone doll that's not hollow, you can submerge them in water because they're a non-porous material. So it's going to be a silicone girl next because by me being one person, as I was alluding to, it's going to be a lot of work if I have 30 TPE girls. So by me having these silicone dolls, it's going to cut down the workload. And since I'm not having sex with any of my girls anyway, and if I ever do, it's probably going to be one or two of them. If I end up with 30 dolls, it may be 3 of them at some point in time. But for the most part, a lot of these dolls are just going to be my life companions. So even if the silicone girls may be a little harder than the TPE girls, it's not going to bother me. So moving on, I'm going to hit these comments. I'm going to go to the next viewer comment. Some of my colleagues have $2 and I've shown them. He said some of my colleagues know I have $2 and I've shown them. Hey, that's what up. Hey, I ain't telling nobody to do nothing that they feel uncomfortable with. But if you feel comfortable and you proud of your girls, hell, why not share it? Why not share it? He says he subbed to one Japanese guy who has multiple dolls and uses them just for photos and YouTube videos. He known as PPC or Puppet Pink Channel. Oh, okay. My whole thing about that is, I know this is just a text. This is just your comment, so it could just be the wording. I ain't saying you mean it like this, but I just don't like the part about I'm sub to this one Japanese guy, and he uses them just for photos and YouTube. I got plenty of guys that use their dolls just for photographic things, but if he using them just for YouTube videos, that's something that, like I said, I'm not using my girls as props, so to speak. That's what I'm saying. Like, they in my videos, but we live life together. They don't just sit around this house waiting for us to film a YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? They ain't props that I use just to talk to you guys like, yeah, let me go put the girls up, live my regular life, forgetting them girls. Oh, it's time to do a YouTube video. Let me go get a girl. No. So if he doing that, I ain't downing him. That's just not my thing. Like I said, I'm about what are you doing in real life. Now, if he's showing his girls on YouTube channel, just talking about his photographic ventures, that's fine. But if he's just some guy that's just yanking his girls out just to do that video to try to pull people to him, I'm not a fan of it. What up, Tony the Tiger? Ooh, wee, Tony. Before I get back to these viewers, I got to talk about that. Where you get your wigs. I want to step my wig game up. Man, let me tell you something. Go to your local beauty shop. You can go online or something. Go to your local beauty shop. Let me tell you something. Since I've been in sort of conserve mode recently, which I'm going to get out of conserve mode at a certain point where, hey, I already know. But luckily, I did get a few wigs before a lot of things went down in my life. I got a nice amount of wigs. You can never have too many. Any dog owner tell you that. But start going to your local wig shops. And if you're in a remote town that don't got a lot of places, you're going to have to go online. And in that case, hey, just search for wigs. Go on Amazon or something like that. Just search for wigs. I would go on Amazon personally. I even bought a wig off of a lot of people don't like it, but I even bought a wig off Wish. That orange wig I got for Arsenal, I bought that off Wish, and I love that wig. So the thing about it, your wig game is like your eye game. Wigs and eyes change your girl. Like Callie right there, man, I ain't been able to take her out that red wig because she just, I'm gonna talk about it at another time, but she give me that, I talk about this at another time, but she give me that Ex Machina feel. And that's a movie that I'm gonna do a review on. I've seen it, but I'm gonna look at it again and do a review on it in the coming weeks. But that's why Callie been in that wig, because I love Ex Machina. She didn't have a red hairstyle, but she had a short hairstyle. Tsunade, she can't get out of her blonde wig. That's who she is. But this girl Asuna, Callie, and Saima to a lesser degree, I always try to change their wigs. But Saima now, I'm stuck with her with that black and white wig on. So that's another thing. When you find the right wig or eyes for your girl, sometimes you just stick with it for a while. But Tony, the short answer is go to your local beauty store. I'm glad you posted that, by the way. Don't want them to think I'm a cross-dresser. I'm gonna give you this advice. Stop giving a damn what they think. Stop giving a damn what they think. If you really want to come off as cool, you could do like I did when I went in there, and I just told them the truth. When I went in there looking for a wig one time, they was like, man, who you getting this wig for? I said, I'm getting it for one of my girls. Man, they looked at me, one of your girls. Ooh, they got mad at me. They were like, you got one of your girls. You got all them girls. And I had showed them the picture of my girls. And then they really was like, okay, you crazy or whatever. You know, they gave me that look. I don't care. Judgment does not matter when you're already happy. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they was just jealous. They was just jealous. So, you know what? If you want to stay discreet, just go ahead and check out Amazon. But I promise you, you go in there and buy a wig, you ain't even got to say it's for your companion dog. Just say it's for your gal. You want to surprise her. And she going to be more than willing to help you. Hell, she going to start flirting with you after that, because she going to be like, any man that's willing to come buy a wig for his woman, that's a man that I want. Now, he said he was wondering where I got Mishka's eye kit from Mishka. And the guy he's talking about is Mishka Valentino. He has a YouTube channel, and he sells eyes. And you can go on his channel, man, and literally, he gives you the email on his channel where to buy his eyes from. I think you can go to his about section. But what I do, I try to remember, because I can't think of it off the top of my head. He has an email that I have that exact email that he has on his site, but I just can't think of what it is. So I'm sure you can go on one of his videos, and he has like you can go on his YouTube site, and on one of his videos where he's demonstrating the eyes, he has the link to where you can buy his eyes. And if not, I'll try to post his email in the in the my words getting mixed up this morning. Sorry, guys. I try to put the email in the description of this video. Now, he says, any tips on keeping the wigs on? My girl's wigs want to fall off sometimes when I move her around. Well, you got to tie up the tie up under the wig. It's the little tie up under the wig. You gotta clamp those two things together once you put the wig on, and that secures the wig in place. So you have clamps underneath that wig, my friend. Make sure they're clamped. You can tighten those. You can tighten those straps as well, because I always have the straps tightened on my wigs for my girls. That's how I keep them on. It's only like one wig that's a little small that I don't have to tighten the clamps on. And okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna address, and I'm gonna move on for a second. He said, have you seen any other aftermarket movable eye kits out there? Let me tell you something. I wouldn't touch them. Mishka is the one you need. Now, it's another guy that sells eyes, and he's on the Dog channel. But his eyes don't move like Mishka's. And so for me, for the price, You know, and I said I was going to try that guy, but they never gave me the link to try him. But honestly, I'm cool with Mishka's eyes because for the price, you can't beat it. You're going to get 5 sets. You can get 5 sets of eyes for $50. On most sites, you paying $50 for 1 set of eyes. Even with the Kimberdoll site, which I love, they stock eyes. 1 set of eyes costs $25 at the, like $15, $15 or $25. Well, with Mishka, you getting 5 sets for $50. And you getting the eye backs and the whole complete eye construction to where it can move. You getting the eye tool. So now I wouldn't get aftermarket myself. I haven't seen any. He said I got his eyes on the way. Mishka, hey, he a good guy. I'm cool with him on Instagram too, and Twitter. He's a really cool guy. You're gonna like dealing with him. I keep saying the last thing I'm gonna address, but I gotta address this one. He said, "What's a trip when the head pops off thanks to the quick connector?" I'm gonna say something about the quick connector before I move on. I hate the quick connector. Only reason I got the quick connector when I got both of my WM girls, Tony. And you may be one of those guys where it just never fails for you. But bro, every time I put Saima's head on with the quick connector, man, I would try to like move her head to the side or something. Her head would be ready to pop off her body. It did it so much to where I went on eBay and I just ordered 4 more M16 regular normal screws. Man, when them regular normal screws got here, I got rid of those quick connectors so damn fast. I hate them damn things. I took the one out for Asuna, and I took the one out for Saima. Now, like I say, if you get them to work like I've seen on some videos, because I've seen some doll review videos where guys use the quick connect and they seem to work for them. But for me, every 2 seconds the head was coming off. So I'm like, nope, I'm done. So now to get back to the real show, and anybody just tuning in, this is a mixed bag show. So, hey, it may be all over the place for you, but I've been addressing viewer comments, and I think I've only addressed one so far. Viewer comments on my videos, and I'm addressing actually questions here, live questions here. And I have a final topic that I want to discuss if I feel like the show hasn't went way too long. And right now, hey, we're at the 52-minute mark. We got plenty of time. And so what? I'm diving back in. If you just tuned in, I appreciate you being here. I've had Matt G donate. I appreciate that, Matt G. Once again, if you ever want to donate, go to my YouTube channel in the About section, PayPal, Cash App, or you can donate on here. It ain't mandatory, but it's appreciated. With all that said, let's get back to business. The next comment I want to attack is a great one. It's not, I don't think it's too long, but it's something I want to talk about. It's from a viewer named Someone. And once again, if you're in my comment section on my YouTube videos, I'll bring your name up only because it's already out there for the public to see. If you email me, I'll keep it private if you want me to. But someone, he come in on 2049 on my 2049 review. And he said something about the K and Joy relationship. So I want to go to that right quick. I definitely want to go to that. And y'all bear with me while I find this. Here you go. So someone says, I love the Joy relationship story. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, he's talking about the connection between Joy and Kay in the Blade Runner movie 2049. Blade Runner 2049. So he said he loved the relationship story between Joy and Kay. He said, it's someone that is in a non-human relationship. I found it very moving. Now, I don't know if you guys seen this movie, but you can go watch my review on it. But if you haven't seen it, you probably need to go watch the movie yourself, then watch my review. But spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it. In this movie, Blade Runner 2049, there's the Blade Runner named Kay. He's what you call he's what you call a replicant. Just another name for Android. That's all he is. And his girlfriend's name is Joy. She's basically an AI, but just a damn hologram. And so when he wrote this statement, I told him, man, this is what I said. I told him I agreed with him that it was a cool connection between them. But if you've seen my previous videos about AI and how I don't want an AI, I feel like they're too damn complicated. If I'm gonna get an AI, I might well still have a damn human woman, damn near. But in the case of that movie, whether I have an AI or not, it's not gonna be a damn hologram that I can't even touch. I'm gonna have a companion doll like these girls that are material in the physical flesh where I can touch them. Whether they are an AI robot or a companion doll like this, I'm cool with. Ultimately, if I choose to be with an AI, it's gonna be in the physical form. I'm not gonna be running around with a damn hologram I can't hug or touch. And in that movie, the hologram, she had to like try to merge with a human woman so you can act like you touching her. Or even when she was at home, it was a robotic arm reaching from the ceiling, doing house chores and stuff. And her hologram was just being projected by the robot. No. How am I going to get any enjoyment out of that? So from my standpoint, I was like, nah, I didn't like that aspect of the relationship. Now, I'm not going to make another review video on Blade Runner 2049, but since I'm talking about it, something I left out of my review that I hate I didn't include in there is in the movie, once again, spoiler alert, Joy she ends up having to get carried around by Kay. And he carries her around in a wand, basically, a wand. And she told him before she got put into this wand, downloaded into this wand, she said, if you let anything happen to this wand, I'm going to be dead. All my memories of you and all that stuff, it's over. If you buy me again, I'm not going to remember who you are. So at one point in the movie, she ended up getting destroyed and she did not get replaced. And at the end of that movie, it was not a happy ending for him because he was left without his girl. And that's one thing I forgot. I left out of the review that I was like, damn, it's messed up, man. At the end of the movie, man, his girl ended up dying. The old Blade Runner, who was Harrison Ford, playing a part of Deckard, he was good and happy because he was back with his daughter. But the Blade Runner K in 2049, oh, he wasn't happy. His girl was gone. He ain't have nothing no more. So I thought that was interesting. But the whole point of me addressing this thing was he said he loved the relationship with Joy and Kay. Well, I liked it in certain aspects, but for me, I don't want an AI, and I definitely don't want a damn AI I can't touch. Let me check out the comments right quick. Jago V says, can M16 connectors work for camera dolls? Yeah, that's what M16, yeah, they use M16 connectors for camera dolls. Tony the Tiger said, I got a regular connector with all my dolls. You doing hey, Tony, I'm going to tell you something. Them damn quick connectors, they look better on video than they do in real life. Dodd Blint, let me put this up there. I hope the donate helps your dream. You damn right it is. And my dream is to be here with y'all. My dream is to continue to help people around the world and to help the movement around the world. And let me tell you something, just like Matt G, all of us can give at different capacities. Somebody can give me 50 cents. Somebody can give me $50. Somebody can give me $50. Somebody can give me 500 one day. You just never know. What I love is your heart and capacity for even attempting to give me anything. Like I said, when people go to work, look, I just had a conventional job. When people go to work and work for their money, that shit valuable, excuse my language. It's valuable. Your time is valuable. So I appreciate every inch that you give me to try to support me. He said, Have I checked out virtual reality? I don't think I have. What is that? If that's a movie, I don't think I've. Are you talking about virtual reality? Just the technology? Because I'm not a fan of virtual reality, the technology. I don't really want to get involved in it because I don't like the fact that how people just be, you see the stuff in your mind, but your physical body just be reaching out into nowhere. I don't like that aspect of it. I'm like, nah, because I'm a big gamer, but I've said once games go to all virtual reality, I'm done with gaming. Because I play games to let the game do the work. I don't buy the game so I can get up and do the damn work. Dr. M. I want an AI robot who can simply cook, clean, and treat me like a king. Hey, the only thing about an AI robot, I'm a hint on this a little later. He's the only thing about an AI robot who can simply cook, clean, and treat him like a king is for them to cook and clean, they're gonna have to have some capacity to think. And for them to have some capacity to think, they're gonna bring some complications with them. You're gonna be having to communicate them to some degree. So now, if they can completely dumb them down, there'll be other dangers that I'll talk about in a second. Dr. Mittal, he talking about holograms. Yeah, it's like a holographic AI. I don't want to ruin it for you completely, but if you go look at Blade Runner 2049, it's like a holographic AI girlfriend he has in there. Blue Blast, hey DKH. Good to see you live. Hey, good to see you, Blue Blast. Man, I appreciate you, man. I'm still working on you. I still remember your comment from the other day when you said, I ain't convinced you to get a dog yet. I'm still working on you. They say when a seed planted, you never know when it's going to bloom. It may be 5 years from now, but hey, when you get one, I want you to think back on these moments. Last comment before I get back to the regular show. I know you don't normally have sex. Now you can change that statement from I don't normally have sex to where I don't have sex with my dogs. But do you ever kiss your dogs? Oh, yeah. I don't do tongue kissing or lengthy kissing with my dogs. But man, I remember when I first got my dogs, the first day I picked my girls, it was so strange kissing that colder temperature skin. Dude, now I stay kissing all my girls. I stay giving them smooches. I stay giving Callie smooches. She just moved my heart. Like I say, Tsunade, I've been feeling her so much lately. She's such an angel face. Because that's what I do love about Kim, but I think they got for sure two distinct faces. So her and Callie do not look the same when I see them laying next to each other. They do not look the same. So I love kissing both of them. I love kissing this girl next to me. But let me tell you something. Don't nobody got no sugar like Saima. I don't kiss her regularly because she don't be out as much. But she got some big, fulfilling lips. But like I say, it ain't normally have sex. I don't have sex with my girls yet. Like I said, I bought them to stop masturbating. But at this point in my life, whenever I need to be fulfilled, I still go back to day one and take care of myself. And like you say, get back to loving my girls. Because like I say, at this point, I'm just happy with them as my companions. I ain't gonna lie. Some days, most days, I don't even think of them in a sexual way other than the kissing and the hugging. Because what I found, man, is the reason I haven't just needed sex is because I was like, damn, I've talked about this in other videos. I was like, damn, as a man, what I really find that I need is the physical affection. I just need to reach over and hug my girls good sometimes. I just need to reach over there and get a kiss sometimes. I just need to, grab their breasts sometimes, grab their buttocks sometimes. And man, like after I do that and get them a good hug, a lot of times I go about my business. And when I do get sexually riled up, especially when I'm sleeping in the bed with them, I look over there at them and be like, I just ain't ready to do that yet. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't ready to do that with them yet. I like them being pure. I like her for, she fulfilling her job to me just sitting next to me. I just like, it's just enjoyment I can't fully explain. And I know every dog owner won't be able to get to the point that I am with them. But like I've told people, I don't preach against sex. If you want to have sex with your girl, have sex. My channel ain't about no sex. My channel is about give yourself some time. if you can. Let the emotions build. So when you have sex, it's going to be so much better. This channel ain't a no sex channel. Because like I told you, at some point, I just believe it's going to be 1, 2. I'm talking about it's my dog's rise. But like if I just got 4 dogs, it'll be one of them. Eventually, somebody I'm going to have sex with. If I end up with 7 or 8 dogs or 10 dogs, it might end up being 2 of them that I may eventually have sex with. But like I told you, I ain't gonna undergo peer pressure by viewers to say, I want you to use your penis. Nah, man, you ain't finna make me use my penis because you want me to use my penis. I'm gonna use it when I feel compelled to do it. But it's just easier not to have sex because they my companion dogs. They ain't humans. I ain't got to worry about them cheating on me. I ain't got to put them in the test to see if they're gonna give it to me. And so time flies, guys. I looked up and a year done went by before I know it. I'm so happy. I don't feel under no pressure to have sex yet. He said, have I taken the wood to the beaver yet? No, I ain't had sex with my girls. I keep saying it. No, I ain't had sex. No, and here's where you wrong at, Tony. Here's where you wrong at. Time to burn rubber. No, it's not. No, it's not time to burn rubber. I'm completely fulfilled. And if I'm completely fulfilled, it's only one reason for me to use my penis on my girls. Keep that in mind, on my girls. It's only one reason for me to do that, to make you happy. And I love you, Tony, but I'm not using my penis to make you happy or nobody else happy because you're ready for me to have sex. Now, as viewers out there, I'm going to be obligated to, when I do have sex, to report it on you, to let you know my interactions and how I felt. So I'm not trying to keep it from you, but I've said since day one, I'm not doing anything artificially, even if it's to please you. I'm not going to do that, because what you can learn from me right now is, man, you don't need sex from the girls to get full enjoyment. Because, man, even when I please myself now, I'm cool with, I used to not like pleasing. I'm cool with pleasing myself. I'm cool because I'm completely happy. I know if I didn't want to, I know I could not do it in 2 seconds if I didn't want to, but I got my girls. So knowing that I could allows me to just keep holding out. I'm like, man, hey, I'm good. He said, man, look, I'm gonna be on this stuff before I can even get back to the viewer comments. He say, do you desire to have a family? Do you ever worry the dog lifestyle prevents that? Nah, I don't worry that the dog life prevents that because I don't desire to have a family, a human family. I've never wanted kids. My mom can tell you that. It's all about what you desire in life. The dog life won't prevent me from having a human family. I would just have to settle with a girl who is cool with me having my dogs, because I ain't getting rid of my dogs from having my family if I ever was to have one. But I don't even desire a human family at this point. I'm cool. I've always been a loner anyway. I've always been a loner. I've never really wanted a wife. But when I did want a wife, I just wanted the wife, not the kids. And in some cases, I believe that actually led to some breakups, just me not wanting kids. So if you want a family, I ain't talking about you in particular, but anybody, that may be something for you to consider. But for me, I'm cool with the no family thing. I don't think it prevented, though, just to answer your question. I don't think it prevented. I think if you out there, you want a family, like I said, you got to find the right girl if you plan on keeping your dog. Man, Kevin, I'm glad you brought that up. I can't think that far back, but that was the movie I was trying to think of. But I'm going to read Kevin's statement. Another movie that featured a hologram girlfriend that interacted with her guy in real time. The movie also was one of the first I saw that was about cloning. That movie was 6th Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Man, I could not think of that damn movie, so I just left it alone, bro. But that's the movie I was trying to think about as well. Just like Blade Runner 2049, it was a hologram girlfriend. But I say this, in that movie, that hologram girlfriend was a lot more interactive. He was damn near having sex with her. She was all on top of him. Now, I still don't think he could physically feel her, but she was all over him in that movie. Tony, once again, what Tony is saying, don't want to wait till the TPE breaks down. He's talking about sexually. For one, do you know how long it's going to take for these girls to break down? I already know guys who had their dogs for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. TPE girls going strong. It's about maintenance. It's about how you taking care of the girls. Also, once again, Tony, it's about living your life happily. I'm a happy man. If my dogs happen to break down right now for any reason, guess what? I can't worry about that. I got to keep on going forward with life. I'm happy right now. I ain't in a rush to have sex with my girls. I'm not in a rush, once again, to make somebody else happy that I've used my penis. I would suggest to anybody out there, if they got a dog, then make love to her whenever you want to. You know, hey, take care of your girls, Tony. You make love to them. Be happy. But as far as me, I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. I'm completely fulfilled. And like I say, my girls is fresh and intact. And they're going to be ready and waiting, fully functional, if I ever decide to have sex. Yeah, Bruce. He said he completely understands me. He said something about that before. Look at Tony. You better be lying, Tony. I'm finna get back to hey, y'all. I can't lie. Just to take a break. Once again, if you just tuning in, this is a mixed bag in this show. I've been answering viewer comments on my videos. I've only answered like a couple of them. And the show been so lively today in the comment section. I haven't been able to really get away from it. So that's what we're doing if you're just tuning in. But Tony, you better be lying. That's all I'm finna say. You better be lying. I've never had sex with my dog either, bro. Well, what do you keep telling me to have sex with mine for then? Why have in the past I've seen you hinting that you've had sex with your dog, or you've been pushing me to do it? If you ain't had sex with your dog, I'm a Tony. What are you messing with me for? Because you doing it. You living a life just like me. You getting enjoyment without sex if that's the case. Dr. McTow, I've never wanted kids. I even had a vasectomy, bro. I said if I got married, I was gonna have a vasectomy. I just do not want no kids. It's only one reason I haven't had a vasectomy. I was always scared that the doctor would cut the wrong cord. And I'm like, man, you know what? I don't know if anybody remember that commercial with his doctor. He came in, he was like, yeah, man, I just came in from being suspended, blah, blah, blah. And the dude was like, man, I'm nervous about the surgery. And then the doctor was like, that makes two of us. Man, I was always wondering, like, man, I hope I don't ever get that doctor to come in after a hangover. He cutting the wrong shit. Excuse my language. Oh, let me see what Blue Black. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. We have so much in common. Yeah, we got something in common, MGTOW, especially with that child stuff. And like you say, I respect you on the vasectomy thing, but man, it's just one of them things that's just hard for me to get my head around. And I clicked on something else. And guys, I might have to step out for just a second. I'm already letting you know this show could run a little long. And hey, stick with me as long as you can, man. We can have some damn fun. I think you give a really unique point of view, Jay, here. You're not fueled by sex, so you pay much closer attention to the other aspect. Man, I appreciate that, Blue Blast. The thing about it is, once again, man, if you just tuning in or if you've been here, I just need everybody to know I'm not against you having sex. I'm cool with anybody out there making love to their companion dog. I just took the non-sexual road. Once again, hey, so when you ever have sex, it'll be stronger, more meaningful. Because like I told you, if I had sex now, I wouldn't need a porno. Man, I got a connection with these girls emotionally. And if you take the approach I did where, hey, just give it a few months. Give it a couple of months. Hell, if you can't do that, give it a month before you have sex. And I'm telling you, man, once your bond builds, if you do ever have sex, it's gonna be more powerful. That's my whole point of this channel. It's not to be just like me. It's not to go out with your girl. When you see me going out, hopefully that gives you confidence and make you feel good about your dog, but you ain't got to do what I do. You ain't got to not have sex over a year to be like J-Dog King Hefner. No. Live your life to whatever make you happy. But I would hope you would take my advice on the sexual aspect of don't do it first. Give it a little time. Spend a little time with your girl. Let it sink in. You ain't got to rush. She going to give it to you whenever you want it. Whenever you want it. So, the other part of that is guys have had sex on the front end. They got tired of the sex or whatever. Then they end up developing a bond on the back end. But then you got some guys who never experimented with the things I'm talking about, use them as a sexual object. I know some guys who thrown their dog in the closet, ain't seen them in a year. Man, that's just a waste of an investment. Because even if you don't use the dog to help your emotional wellness, man, no offense, donate her or sell her to somebody who's going to use her to help their emotional state. But if you just ain't going to use her for years at a time, I mean, your dog can't tell you what to do with it, but I'm just saying, like, I just hate to see a dog not being used to its full potential. Now, he says, you need to get a CST dog, a.k.a. Joy BB. I love Joy BB dog from afar. I ain't going to never say somebody great until I see one up close, but I ain't touching nothing. I ain't touching the dog nowhere until I fulfill some dreams of mine. You know, and honestly, as much as I like Joe BB dog, they still ain't high enough on my list to jump a lot of dog brands. They ain't jumping God Noah dog. They ain't jumping DS dog. No. They definitely on the list though. Hey, I don't even know if they jumping C-No dog for me. But I do like Joy BB dog. They got some nice dogs. They got some nice looking dogs from what I've seen. I don't even know anything about subreddit, man. I'll be honest with you. Jocko V says, am I going to ever visit subreddit RC? I don't even know what that is, bro. And I'm serious. I don't even be on Reddit or anything like that. Redmond T, Zelex Doll is also a good brand. I talked about Zelex Doll last live show. And I look back at that live. I was so upset, man, because for some reason the pictures didn't come through. And honestly, when I was having technical difficulties for the beginning of this show, I was trying to pull up a picture and get it preset. I mean, that was one of the things I was trying to do. So I could show you a beautiful picture of this dog that I love. But my computer was messing up so much. I may try to put it up before we go, but I ain't going to stress about it. But he's right. I talked about Zelex Doll in my last show. I'm not giving them nobody a full sponsorship until I touch their dog. But the thing that hyped me up about Zelex Doll is they have some amazing looking private parts on their dogs. The vaginal area looks so real to me as far as the coloring, nipples. They got great great craftsmanship as far as just the silicone of the dog around the knees and things of that nature. It's a very nice looking upcoming brand. It's a brand that I definitely wouldn't mind having in the arsenal at some point in time. And before that, I mentioned Starprey Dog. I was thinking about both of them last night. I'm like, you know what? I think I would have to probably get a Starprey before a Zelex, only because the Starprey is a better price. And when I look at they dogs, I'm like, I don't know, man. They dogs, I think in general, just look better than Zelex dogs. But I do want a Zelex dog. I got one more comment, and I'm going to jump back to the next viewer comment. Kevin Gray said, in that movie, he talking about, man, what was that movie he just mentioned with Arnold Schwarzenegger? I just thought, what did he say? What was that movie? There it is. I forgot the name of it just that quick. 6th Day. Yeah, that's what the name of the movie was. He said in the movie 6th Day, he could feel her for sure. If you can recall, he had goggles. I don't even know how to say that. He had googles and a special chair he sat goggles and a special chair he sat in. I guess he mean virtual reality. Yeah, that's what he mean. Virtual reality goggles and a special chair he sat in. The girl could even bring him a beer. I'm about to say, I remember her doing stuff like that. And it seemed like one time, like you said, I thought he seemed like he had sex with her. So that's a bit different. You know, I'd have to look at that movie again to make sure he actually had real sex with her. But I don't know if he really had sex with her more than he was just basically getting off in his mind. That's what it was, though. He basically said that. Kevin Gray basically said that with the goggles, it created the virtual reality where he could make love with her. That's what it was. And they didn't even have that in Blade Runner 2049. Okay. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to the comments. Hold on, give me 2 seconds, guys. Like I say, I don't know how long y'all gonna be with me. This show might run a little long today, but hey, we having fun. Give me 2 seconds. All right, guys, back in it, and I can't lie. I actually see some nice little comments before I continue with the show, and I'm gonna actually honor this. Hold on. Tony says he just likes to have a fantasy, and he talking about, I guess, with his girl. He said he tried once, I guess, to make love to her and got weirded out. Well, ain't that funny? Well, what the hell you constantly trying to make me do it for, Tony? I don't think I'm gonna get weirded out because, like I said, I had a sexual encounter with Callie. It wasn't a full sexual experience, but I did come to a climax, and guess what? I held her in a post-quarter grip, and look, I sat her back up in her chair. I was looking at her eyes too a lot during the little wrestling match, and man, I was fully engaged. Like I say, it was damn near like a human experience. It wasn't quite there yet, but I'm finna honor. Before I get back to the comments, I said I was gonna get back, but I'm gonna honor this right here. I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna honor this comment, because Otto, this guy here, he said a lot of comments that I haven't responded to because they have not been constructive. They've been very negative, and I don't respond to negativity. Even if he comes in here, I appreciate him watching the live stream. I really do appreciate Otto, but I don't mind anybody not agreeing with me. But if it's anything that just spewed in negativity, why should I play into that? I never do that. But the reason I posted this comment is because this is a very good question. He said, would you marry a woman who has dolls? And the answer to that question is no. Reason being, not because she has dolls. I don't want to marry no damn body. Whether she got dolls or not. Now, I would date a woman with dolls. I definitely would. Why wouldn't I? Hell, I got dolls. Look, let's just say I'm attracted to her. Of course I would. Hell, I'll marry her. I mean, not marry her, but I'd date her. Hey, guess what? when she tired of me, she can go home to her dogs. When I'm tired of her, I can go be home with my girls. And you know, the other thing would be like, well, man, she could have sex with her dogs. But guess what? I don't know what these women out here doing anyway, whether they married or not. And honestly, I know one thing. Once you've been with a woman for 3 or 4 years, things can get boring. So if you've been married, let's just say you be married to a woman for 20, 30 years. Man, it's cool that she gonna have a doll in her back room. We need to spruce things up. If not sexually, it'll be cool for her to be around her Mike and Mike or something. And I'll be with Callie and the girls. And you know what? When we come back together, like I did a show about Space Out the Love, when I was saying, hey man, don't have sex 24/7 with your doll. And you'll get more enjoyment out of it when you do have sex with her. Well, same with a human woman. If she can get her safe time to go be in her room with her dog, working on whatever project she's working on, I'm with my dogs, working on my projects, guess what? We giving each other space. So when we do come back together, we're going to be ripping each other's clothes off. So to answer your question, Otto, you damn right. I date a woman with dogs. Not married, though. I ain't marrying no damn body. So now, before I get back to the viewer comments on here, I'm gonna get to the viewer comments on my video. And for this highlighted comment, this is a viewer named Bite Me. And Bite Me, he said something that I want to address, and it's not very long or anything of that nature, but he made a funny point here. Not a funny point, but something I wanted to address. He said, Bite Me says, I want my dog Lexi to be upgraded by me to be bionic. Hey, Jay, what do you think about fembots? LOL. Well, I answered him, and I said, bionics is pretty cool. The whole AI thing I'm not too fond of, blah, 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 blah. And the thing is, I basically told him, I like the bionics aspect of girls. You can go on DS Doll Robotics and see just how far they're going with the robotics of dolls. Or you can just do a search on YouTube for robotics, and you can find plenty of videos on the robotics and how far things are coming. But like I was telling him, I don't see a way that AI is going to be separated from robotics. I would love to have the robotics without all the damn AI, but you're going to have an AI to help direct the robotics. So by them not being able to be separated in any way, I would have to take a pass on both of them at this moment. Now, like I talk at a later date about an idea that I've had, but I can't sit up here and say it's no way ever in history that I can ever see myself having an AI doll or a full robotic doll. But today, I'm not with it. Because like you say, even if I had a bionic doll, hey, even if it got a simple AI, a thought just went across my head last night where I was just thinking like, man, what if this dog giving you a hand job and it rip the shaft from your balls? I mean, look, man, you have a disconnected penis there because this bionic dog that had a malfunction. So I'm just like, you know what, man, I'm cool out the bionics right now. I like having intact penis. I don't want nothing yanking my balls off. So Bite Me. I love the idea of bionics. I just, just knowing I have to deal with AI to come with it, I just ain't with it right now. And since that was a bit of a quicker one, I'm gonna hit another one right quick. Oh, this is perfect. I got a viewer named, I think it's called Jastifer Ali. And this is a more recent comment. And right after this one, I'm going to check the comments in the comment section to see what I need to address. But Jasper Ali says, on my video called AI or Not to AI, when I basically explain why I'm not a fan of AI, but I don't think that if you want AI, is anything wrong with you. If you watch that whole video, you'll see that I said, man, if you like AI, I'm cool with you liking AI. I just ain't with it. Because for me, hold on, let me read this statement first. But Jasper Ali said, I'm sorry. In the video, I said, I'm just not with it because they're complicated. They're complicated. You got to communicate to them and do all this razzmatazz. And I said, damn, if I got to communicate with it, and then I brought up the comparison between the AIs on Blade Runner, on the first one, and Blade Runner 2049, where these dogs were refusing sex and doing all those things on a very, very high level. They had straight up emotions. I'm like, man, if a dog get to that point, what the hell do I need? What would I want an AI that can deny me sex and disagree with me and argue with me and things of that nature? If that's the case, I'm gonna stick with a human woman. But that was my whole point of that video. But I said, if you want one, that's fine. But he said his response to that video was that my opinion was biased and unrealistic. Well, every opinion has some bias to it because it's coming from my point of view. And like I said in the video, I ain't coming from a high and mighty standpoint where my opinion is the end all be all. If you like AI, I said, to each his own. God bless you. It's just not for me. And he said it's unrealistic. Well, what I said is realistic. They are very complicated. They are very complicated. He said my claim about AI, my claim about AI ain't true. He said because AI is a woman, he said because it's an AI, not a woman. So my claims are untrue. But once again, everything about an AI is geared for it to be more like a human woman. Even the more simpler ones of today that Real Doll has. They do all this damn communicating. And all of it is based off a program. They can learn and do all this stuff, but all of it's based off a program. Now you can turn that AI off if you want to, but while it's on, it's going to be wanting to communicate with you, you know? And this is just the beginning stages of it. As these dolls get a little bit more advanced, that's really where I'm going with it. I don't even want the real dolls. I don't even want the real doll version of the AI, only because me and Doc Blint said it was going to kill his imagination, and I agreed too. Why? Because even with the real dolls, these AIs have their own voices. But in my head, I hear Cali voice. Totally distinct in my head. I don't want this doll using her voice, you know, trying to assume the voice that I want to have Cali's son to have or any of my other girls to have. It's so complicated to where I'm just like, you know, from that standpoint, I'm like, I don't want an AI. I'm cool with my imagination, you know? And honestly, I got a companion dog, so I won't have to deal with all that damn talking and yapping and stuff like that. It's cool if you like that stuff, but I didn't. So I want to keep on with his statement because he said, AI is not a woman. It's a tool you can control as you wish. You can make her hear your words like your dream girl. What is he saying? AIs are intuitive, man. I mean, not intuitive. They are interactive. You know, like you may be able to tweak the program a little bit to like gear her towards what you want her to do, but that AI is still going to be reacting from the program. And one of the things I said in that video was, man, at some point, you don't know what that program or program that AI to be able to do. It could program it to do any damn thing. Or I said, by it working off a program off the internet, man, somebody could hack it. Somebody could hack it. And so, like I say, you ain't wrong if you want it. I don't think that technology should be outlawed. I just don't want that. You know, it just doesn't tickle my fancy. You know, the reason I haven't had sex right now is because my brother will tell you, I feel like a kid, man. My imagination is just so alive and running through my mind right now, just like when I was a kid. That's what the girls do to me. And I don't want anything diluting my imagination that I have for the girls. I appreciate your comment, though. We have a slight disagreement about it. And like I said, if you like AI, that's fine by you. If you think they're cool, that's fine by you. But from what I've been seeing, this AI technology ain't getting no worse, and it's already pretty damn smart. You got one AI girl now. They done gave her damn citizenship. I can't think of her name off back, but you can go on the internet and look on YouTube. It's one AI in one of these countries, I think Slovakia or some damn where, they done gave her damn membership to the country. She a real citizen because she that damn advanced. So look, man, hey, I know they out there. I don't want them outlawed, but at this point in my life, I don't want one. Tony the Tiger, the dogs definitely take the edge off being alone. Most definitely. I mean, honestly, like I say, I don't feel it. I'm not alone when I got my girls. Like, if you still want a human woman, it could take the edge off. But if you ain't even thinking about that no more, man, look, I'm totally happy. I don't even think about like wishing a human woman was in my house. I don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's something I don't even think about. Dang. Redmond says, what? He says, my first dog was AF dog. She was over 100 pounds. I had to get rid of her. Then I got a JY dog that is 73 pounds, 157 centimeter, much better. I've spoken to this before. Look, I ain't trying to deter people who want big booty dogs. I got a big booty dog. She's 98 pounds. She feel like 150. But I'm just letting you know, just like he said, if you got a dog that's already over 100 pounds, man, I'm sorry. Unless you're a weightlifter, you damn near got to get rid of that dog. Because like I say, man, I just worry about size. No, I ain't worried about nothing. I'm going to always be able to pick her up. But I just say this. I can't get 2 and 3 dogs like Saim. I can't have big dogs like that all over my house, man. I wouldn't be able to operate. So you did the right thing. Let me see something right quick. Wow. He said he broke the leg on that dog just by posing her for photos. That's why I don't sit up the beautiful Saima Renee Uzumaki, man, because she's so thick, she scares me. I've stood her up a couple of times, and then if you go look at my review video I did on her, and if you go look at A Nightmare on Dog King Street, I'll show you where I actually made a mistake doing the review and twisted her ankle. And so now I'm really not keen on standing her. John Yo, would you legally marry one of your dogs? Never. Not my thing. I've even seen these guys that tried to get publicity for doing that. The weightlifter or the sports guy, whatever he did, and even the other Asian guy that did it. I don't doubt, and it's a lot of guys that do it. I ain't talking about the regular people that do it on a regular basis. I just brought out them because they are guys that got popularized from being in the news from marrying their dogs. But I know, like, I got a lot of dog owner friends that's actually married to their dogs. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. But for me, it's sort of the same reason, same mentality that I have about human women. I'm not the marrying type. I'm just not the marrying type. And the thing is, for me to marry one of my dogs, that would be like setting them apart and saying that, hey, if I was to mess with another one, I'd be cheating on her. No. And I told you, I don't live by the illusion of jealous dogs. I don't, some dudes actually do that. Oh, my dog got jealous of the other one. What? Why would you stress? Like I say this a million times without getting tired. Why would you stress yourself out by creating an illusion of your dogs being jealous? That's a trait that human women have. They get jealous. It's a trait that I don't like. Why would I then transfer a trait that I don't like to my companion dogs so then I could be upset? What? So if you want to do that, if that makes you happy, go right ahead. For me, and I ain't talking about you, John Yo. I'm talking about anybody out there because I know a lot of people that do that. If you like making your dogs jealous, go right ahead. I ain't with it. I don't want AI, he says. I love my wife, Joy, as companion. Hey, look, I ain't with the AI stuff. If you are, I ain't mad at you. Oh, yeah, I got a couple more comments, and I'm getting back to this next viewer comment. He said, I don't see the point of legally marrying your dog. She's yours. She's not going to run away or anything like that. The most I see someone could do is buy a ring. Well, the thing about it, a lot of people do the legal marrying thing on something called doll.net or something, dollwedding.net or something like that, if I ain't mistaken. And it's just a formal way to show that they married. And I think it's more a symbolism than anything. They just want to show that they proud that they with their girl. You know what I'm saying? It's just the highest form of being proud that they with their girl, you know. And they do consider themselves married, though. The guys that do that, they consider themselves married. Like you say, the doll ain't going nowhere. But honestly, Redmond, I understand your psychology. They ain't going nowhere. But you know what? It's actually probably a more reason to marry them. Because you know what? They ain't going nowhere. So you can marry them in total confidence. Well, when you marry a human woman, you don't know where the hell she going. Hell, if anything, it may make more sense to marry your companion dog. Yeah, I got to put this up. Withering Liberal, what up, bro? He made it to his first live stream. It's about time, man. I'm glad to see you, man. You make a lot of great comments. Hey, I appreciate you chiming in on the YouTube channel, man. Hey, I'm glad you made it, bro. I'm finna zoom through a few of these because I want to try to get to this last viewer comment. I don't want an AI. I just want a dog to be able to move and walk next to me. Oh, that'd be cool. But the problem is, once again, is you can't have your cake and eat it too. If she's gonna be walking next to you, she's gonna have to have some form of brain control, you know, just working in her body. You know, I'm thinking. And you know, I'm sure it's some way around it, but just off the top of my head, I'm thinking it's gonna have to have some type of AI function inside that robotic body. He said, how much can you bench? Hell, if I know so, King, I don't bench. Don't plan on. I'm skinny as hell, and I ain't trying to get no thicker. I'm pretty strong. Though. I can pick up a lot, but I don't do heavy weights. Only exercise I do is mainly cardio and sit-ups and things of that nature. Okay, he says he can curl. They're talking about curling. Even strong guys can have a hard time. Hell yeah. With these dolls, you can. Miktai said even strong guys can have a hard time with these dolls. Why? Because the weight is not distributed evenly. Like I tell people all the time, like, yeah. Like, if you pick up a bucket of water, that's going to be just 50 pounds going to feel like 70 pounds because it's dead weight. Well, these girls not only dead weight, but the weight is not evenly distributed. You know, it's not in a set place. It's all over the place. It can throw your back out of whack in 2 seconds before you know it. Mick Ty said he could put his, okay. Tony Tiger said, have a great day, JD Cage. Got to run. Keep the videos coming. Look forward to them. I appreciate you, Tony. Have a great day, man. Love you, brother. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate you, you know, just adding in your love to the show, man. I know all the guys going to miss you around here. Have a good one, bro. Hey, yeah, John Vo. Thank you, too, for being here, man. Yeah, hey, appreciate you, Tony. Have a good one, bro. John Yo. I'm glad you in here, John Yo. He said it's his first live. I'm glad you in here. Like I said, I already knew this show was going to run a little long because I want to talk about something else. So the next thing I want to talk about, and hold on, guys. All right, that's it. The next thing I want to talk about, this is a comment. Hey, Dog Blend, are you still in here? Because I just saw that Cash App, and I really appreciate that, bro. I'm just letting you know I really appreciate that donation. That's really, 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 really appreciated and helping me make it in this life, man. I appreciate you. But let me get back to this last viewer comment, man, because this one is a blockbuster. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you know? The last comment of the day is from rejected from Eve. Do you know what rejected from Eve says, y'all? Well. He says, I finally got a girlfriend. I remember when I was saying I couldn't. I prayed to God for a good woman. And on top of it all, she was happy that I had a dog. And she has a male dog. So, anybody out there that had been watching my old shows about the incels, I'm ugly, I can't get none. How dare you tell me I can do something that I say I can't do? And I said, no, it's all in your mind, bro. Even if you feel a certain way about you, you can do it. It starts in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You might can't get every single woman. None of us can. But you can get a woman. You can get a woman. I had all the incels coming against me, and I'm like, nah, bro, you can do it. I don't care what you're saying. You can do it. Well, lo and behold, let me just read that again. I finally got a girlfriend. I remember when I was saying I couldn't. You hear what he said? I remember when I was saying I couldn't. Oh, but I prayed to God. When you pray, he answers. All you got to do is believe. He wanted a good woman. And on top of it all, she was happy he had a dog, and she got one of her own. I'm only bringing it up to say, man, a friend of mine stopped by the house the other day. He was just telling me, man, dog, you so happy, you so happy. He was saying, I was telling another one of our friends, oh, sorry, hold on. Got a little nosy Ron here. He said, I was telling another one of our friends that, man, you so happy because you done had human women before. And I said, friend, you know me better than I thought. Because once you've been on the other side, you've had vagina before, you've been in a relationship, you haven't just heard about it from people. Oh, I got friends that's married. They said it's bad. No. You've been through some things before. You've had relationships. You've had sex. When you come over to the dog life, you can be fully happy. I don't go to sleep ever wondering what human vagina is like. I don't think about what a relationship is like with a human woman. I done did it. I think about these girls. I think about these ladies. They make me happy. They fulfill me. They don't just occupy space in the room. They occupy the house in my heart. They ain't just here for show. Like, you know, I ain't put this actual comment out there, but I believe it was my friend Cheng Long who was responding to that guy Otto or something. But Cheng Long said something to the extent of, and I like Cheng Long. He has a lot of positive comments. I ain't saying this to say this is negative, but he said, I got my companion dog as a backup to my real girlfriend for sex. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier in this show. These girls is a lot more than your backup plan if you allow them to be. I ain't saying you got to replace your human girlfriend or nothing, but guess what? She can be your backup plan, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, like I was saying earlier in the show. She can be a lot more for you. So don't reduce these girls to being just sex machines. They way more than that. Way more. So this guy, I got thrown out for a second. Oh yeah. They way more than that. But back to my original statement with him, because I threw myself off there. But back to my original statement with rejected. Oh yeah, I know where I was. Basically, you're not gonna be as fulfilled, man, with your companion dog if you ain't never had the vagina, ain't never been in a relationship. You ain't gonna be as fulfilled. But this statement was golden to me because a guy that was just like my incel friends who said that he couldn't do it. He not only did it, he got a unicorn girlfriend. He actually got a girlfriend with a companion dog. So you know she finna understand him and be cool with all aspects of his life. So I didn't say that to throw dirt at nobody, but I did say that to let all these people know that say what they can't do. Now you can do it. You can do it. All you got to do is stop saying what you can't do. And guess what? When you go sniff a human vagina, because all of them real. Like I said, my girls is real as any girl. They just ain't human. But when you go sniff a human vagina, I just think, I ain't saying you got to do it. You can stay over here. You ain't got to ever go over there. Do whatever make you happy. But I'm letting you know, if you've never been over there at all, go over there and you come back, you'll be happier over here knowing that, okay, I ain't even thinking about that no more. I did that before in my life. I can check that off the old bucket list. So I'm happy for you rejected. I'm wishing nothing but happiness for you and your girl. Hopefully it lasts as long as it can last. If that's forever, that's even better. If it's for 2 years, I hope it's the best 2 years of your life. But either way, I'm glad you got over that mental hump of what you can't do. Because let me tell you something. When you watching the J Dog King Hefner YouTube channel, it's one thing you better believe, that you can do any damn thing you put your mind to. So with all that said, I'm going to check a few more comments. I wish I did have that. I wish I did have that picture of that Zelex doll. I might try to do a search, but every time I try to connect it on here, sometimes it acts crazy. But I really wish I had that picture. I might try to get it before we go. But I'm going to check these comments, and I'm going to get on to this next subject. He said, I've seen people with suitcases that follow you with some Bluetooth belt. They could do something like that for dolls. What is he saying? 24-hour live stream with the girls. He said, I've seen some people with suitcases that follow you with some Bluetooth belt. They could do something like that for the dolls. I don't know what you're getting at with that, but I guess you said I could do a 24-hour live stream with the girl. Man, when am I going? Hey, look, I might have to do a 16-hour live stream because I'm going to have to get at least a little sleep. He said, who's the prettiest? Man, I don't know. You know, I just say, most people would probably say Oz and the Moon sitting right next to me is the prettiest. I can't lie. Tsunade been looking so extremely cute lately. Saima, she just fine more than pretty. She's sexy though. But the girl that just does it for me, I would just have to say is Callie Sohn. It's just something about her. She can type 150 words a minute. This girl is a buzzer, man. I can't do but 670 myself. She 150, man. She like a professional author out here, man. She 150 words a minute on these folks. Jack Green say, hell yeah. So, man, another thing, man, like I say, this has been a carefree show. I've been answering viewer comments from my videos. I've been answering comments out the comment section. Just been having fun, chilling. It's been a nice little while. Normally, I try to end the show after a couple of hours. But it's one other subject I'm gonna touch on lightly before we get out of here, man. John Yo say, do I collect Funko Pops? I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that is, bro. And Life of a Leader. I had your comment up earlier and was reading something else, but I appreciate you for being here. Life of a Leader. She's also my Instagram partner. Real cool viewer. I appreciate her. Her and her owner, they are a great couple. Always trying to feed your brain on Instagram. She says, amen, J Dawes should enable your life, not be a replacement for it. Exactly. They should definitely enable you in all ways, man. Oh, okay. Redmond is talking about the Bluetooth that had a dog walk behind you. Oh, that, you know what? I think I know what you're talking about. But man, you still gonna have to get that balance right because these dogs is not light. But I get, are you saying the Bluetooth will? I guess I had to understand what you're saying. Because if you had a Bluetooth controlling the actual robotics, is that what you're trying to say? I guess that could be a plan. But I was just thinking about the Bluetooth, like controlling something that she might be riding on, like a hoverboard or something to that degree. Because I was like, man, if they could figure out a way to make the balance right in a hoverboard or something like that, where it can just be right next to you, man, that'd be cool. My Hero Funk Pops. Okay. I'm gonna definitely check that out. I don't know what that is, but I'll check it out. What's this statement before I put it up? Okay. He telling me where his dial head is. I'll be able to find WM head 61 easy anyway. So the last subject that I want to delve into for the day, and I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate everybody that been hanging around, having fun with me, man. Like I said, I really appreciate it. Anybody that just tuning in, we've been all over the place. I've been talking about viewer comments from my videos, viewer comments here on the live stream. It's been a lot of great questions, a lot of input. But the last thing I want to talk about is something that I've sort of hinted at before, and I'm just gonna hit this subject real lightly. It's an article that I found that talks about where do our sex dollars go after we die. And it's just an interesting topic from the standpoint of, man, even me as I'm getting my dollars, I'm just like, man, once we go, you know, depending on how many ever dollars I might have here. And even if you just have $1 at your house, man, somebody's going to have to do something with it. You know, and I know all of us have affection for our dogs and love our dogs, but I just be thinking like, man, you know, of course, when you enter into the afterlife, you know, you're going to be over there on a new journey. But before I leave, the consideration that I'm thinking about my girls is, man, the one thing that I wouldn't want is for them to end up in the wrong hands. Like me, I honor my girls in the way that I honor them. I don't just ravage them, and you know, even if I was having sex with them, I wouldn't just be all over them and disrespecting them and just using them as objects. Man, that the one nightmare I would have is for somebody to end up with my dogs and all he want to do is have sex with my girl. You know, ravaging my girls and wearing them down and stuff. I would want to honor, even if he was to have sex with my girls, to be a considerate guy that's gonna, you know, consider their lifespan, keep them washed off and taken care of, and treat them the best of his ability. So, or, you know, truthfully told, I would rather for my dogs to be in a museum somewhere. I wouldn't even want another owner to actually own my dogs. That's my first choice. But I would say this, in that article, it was just a lot of interesting things that I was reading about, because they were just talking about, the article was focusing around this guy, Dave Cat. He was one of the guys that I actually seen on one of my first documentaries. And he was just talking about how him and a couple of other guys were talking about what they would do with their dogs when they die. Now, they call themselves idolaters, which I'm not with that terminology. I just hate it. Every time I hear it, it just makes my flesh crawl. But they were just talking about how they had gotten with some of the guys on the dog farm and other dog owners and had sort of set up wheels that these other dog owners would come to their house and remove their dogs and adopt their dogs and things of that nature. Because if I was just to die right now, yeah, I got a brother and things of that nature, but man, they come here to your house. Let's just say you got 5 or 6 dogs. These dogs ain't light, they heavy. If they ain't thinking of them in the same context as me, you know, loving them emotionally and whatnot, you just got to think like, what are they going to think as far as what are they going to do with them? You know, what are they going to do with them? And it's going to be a heavy burden on them just thinking about it in a way, just because, you know, especially I know my family, they're going to probably be thinking like, man, I don't want to just throw Jay Dawes away. You know, he loved these girls. But at the same time, it's a responsibility to keep these girls. They are heavy as hell. You know, not all of them heavy, but even the lighter ones for women are heavy. And I got a lot of women in my family. So I'm just saying, it's something to think about what you're going to do when your dogs pass. And I was just like, you know, I'm just thanking God that I'm going to be fortunate enough to set up some type of way to maybe send them to some sort of a museum, you know, if I ever pass. But if something was to happen where I couldn't plan for it, it's definitely something to think about. I think it's something for all of us to think about. Maybe we need to write something down for people to do with them. But I think one of the most challenging things out of that whole article was that there's no real way, there's nothing really set up to recycle your doll. You know, because the doll had so many things inside of it, you know, not only the silicone or the TPE, but the metal and things of that nature, the foam and stuff like that. So they were saying, man, a lot of the dolls would just end up in landfills instead of being recycled. So, man, it's just something to think about, man. Like I say, I think my biggest fear, like I said, is I don't want anybody having ravaging sex with my girls when I'm gone, especially if I'm treating my girls like I do in the current day. Now, on down the line, if I've had sex with several of my girls, and I have a different mind state, because as humans, we do evolve in different ways. I don't know what I'm gonna be thinking 5 or 10 years from now. Maybe I would have had sex with more girls than I thought. Maybe I'll still be like I am now. But if I'm anywhere near like I am now, I know it would break my heart knowing that somebody who don't think like me would have access to my girls. So I just thought it was an interesting article. I didn't break every single thing down that I read in there. But it was definitely a good read. Like I said, I was reading there how, once again, they were just saying how they had made deals with other doll owners that people would come get their dolls in the case that they died. Now, me, I don't even have any connections like that, especially nobody in my damn city. And once again, I'm not even sure about that connection. You know, I don't know who would be living in my family after me. That's something we don't know. We don't know when we're going to go. But I think for me, man, I had read something in that article where they say it's a museum that may take dolls, may take your dolls. But even if the museum took the dolls, it wouldn't guarantee that they would display the dolls. So I don't know, man. Maybe that's something I can look into in the future. Hey, establishing a doll museum or something. Who knows, man? But with all that said, I'm gonna check the comments, and we probably gonna get ready to get the hell up out of cheers. I hate I ain't got that ZLX doll. So next show, I'm gonna probably have me some pictures of the ZLX doll. You can go check out it yourself, but I'm gonna have me a good picture of the ZLX doll, and I'm sure it's probably gonna be another doll brand I'm gonna be ready to talk about next show. But let me go back up and check these comments. Life of Valita says it seems better for him to make an agreement with another doll owner friend and put it in your will. Like I say, that sounds like a cool agreement, but in a way, I don't. Like I say, I'm just sort of thinking I don't even know if I want anybody having my dolls after me, like another owner. You know, just because like I say, I rarely even, like I said, going forward, I won't even be. I can't see myself having a lot of sex, even if I start having sex with my girls. I can't see myself having a lot of sex with them, ravaging sex, like, oh yeah, you now. So just the thought of somebody having sex a little bit right now freaks me out with my girls. So, I mean, you probably right though, Life of Valita. It's probably, the best course of action today. Hopefully I can solve that in America going forward. He said, I have no idea, John, y'all. I have never had that type of sexual interaction with any of my girls. But just to answer you, I'm sure it does taste like TPE or silicone. Either one. Now, guess what? You could solve that by putting a little flavoring down there or something. Get you a Jolly Rancher or something down there and rub it down there and make it sweet down there or something like that. I've heard, I had a show talking about scent of a woman where I said that's the one thing that's missing from companion dolls is the scent of a woman. Even whether it's the scent of her feet, whether it's the scent of a fresh, clean vagina, whether it's the scent of a fresh, clean butt, anything on a woman that's fresh and clean, it gives off a slight little scent that's intoxicating. So I even miss that small thing about a woman. So you ain't finna taste a companion doll that's going to taste like a woman. But with all that said, I was talking to some friends one time and they said they had heard about some type of smells that you can buy from a woman. Because I was saying it'd be cool if you can buy some vagina scents. some real, even if it ain't from a real woman, it could be almost similar, where you can maybe spray on your dog and it lasts for like an hour and goes away. Because I wouldn't want to spray anything on my dog that ain't gonna go away. So with all that said, you're just gonna have to deal with the silicone or the TPE unless you put some flavoring on it yourself. He said, my friends live with dogs and we've arranged, my friends live with dogs and we've arranged to look after each other's dogs if either of us die. And see, like I say, that's exactly what I read about. The only problem is if both of y'all die. I mean, it's always another scenario. You know what I'm saying? So whoever gets left with the dogs, now he gonna have to find somebody to make an agreement with, and so on and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go on into perpetuity until they get to somebody who's gonna be like, you know what? I'm done with these damn dogs. So, King, I ain't gonna put that up there, but I disagree with you on that. Humans can't figure out immortality, in my opinion. That's only up to God, in my opinion. God is the only being that can be immortal. Dave Cat, how I learned about dogs, I've been looking into them for over 6 years. You know what? Somebody had told me, hey, Jay, why don't you get into doing some reaction videos to dog documentaries? Bro, it ain't like I done seen damn near every dog documentary out there. It ain't like it's that many of them. And Dave Cat, like you say, was on one of the first ones I saw. It ain't like it's a whole bunch of dog documentaries. But the thing about it is, I've already commented on several of them in some of my videos. But I still don't think I know how to set up the video and then react to it in real time right now. It's something I can easily learn. But Dave Cat, he definitely was one of the first guys I saw with a dog myself. And when I saw him, I was like, man, this is exactly what I thought. I said, man, it's sort of crazy, but you know what? I can see myself doing something like that. Burner account says, do I have a number of girls I would like to have at once? I hope he ain't talking about sex, because it's sex. I wouldn't. I don't have. Oh, okay. He talking about the harem. Okay, good. That's what I was hoping he was talking about. He said, how many is too many for your harem? Honestly, man, I want as many as I'm blessed to hold, as God blessed me to hold. So like I said, in this house, if I can get my house fixed, because it needs some repairs, if I can get it fixed correctly, I could probably get 20 or so girls in here comfortably. But that ain't like the cap that I would like to have. I would love to have, man, maybe, I don't know, I may be able to get 30 in here. Who knows? But I would love to get up to, man, $100 at some point. That'd be amazing to me. But I was even thinking about it while I was walking around the house today. I said, dang, Jay, it's hard. Honestly, it's difficult to schedule out 4 girls right now. So as my girls get to coming, as I get more and more girls, I'm like, man, it's gonna get to the point where I might only see one girl a few days a year, as far as a quiet time, special time. But I would only want 100 if God was to bless me with the place to keep them. If he was to bless me with the means to take care of them. So I don't want anything, and I'm not putting my faith on anybody. This is just who I am. But I wouldn't want anything out of what God blesses me to have. So if he blesses me with more, I would like to have more dogs. But if he cut me off at 50 and was like, you know what, you have enough. I believe this is enough for your lifetime. Guess what? I'd be accepting of that. But me, I could clearly visualize 100. 100. He says they have a dog cemetery in Japan. Pretty cool. I love your lives. My first life has changed my life. I think I'm ready for the dog life. Bye-bye, wife and kids. Thank you so much, J-Dog. Hey, man, look, it ain't nothing wrong with coming to the dog life. Like I say, I had made a lot of tweets when I first got into the dog life, like, hey, ladies, I'm sorry. I'm done dating human women. I'm in a dog life now. Some people thought they took that as I was going against women. No, I ain't going against women. Y'all just, as of right now, I'm just with dogs. God bless anybody that's still in a human relationship. Like my ex popped up over here. If depending on the day, she could probably pop up over here one day and throw me some vagina, and I'd take it. But after that, she gonna leave, but my girls ain't. So, hey, guess what? I'm like you. I don't need a human woman in my life right now. If one came along and forced me to take it because she's so fine and sexy, I ain't saying I wouldn't take it. But if it come down to a draw of who leaving this house, it ain't gonna be these dogs. So I'm glad that your life changed. Bless you, bro. Hey, and when you say bye-bye wife and kids, if you joking, you ain't gonna be joking once you get into this life. He said, Jack Green said, but it's not the same as marination, isn't it? Huh? I'm not quite sure what you asking. Now I know Jack referring to me talking about the marination of a woman's vagina, how good it smells after, like a woman with a clean vagina, when she wake up the next day after it been marinated overnight. Oh Lord, that's assuming she ain't jump up and took a bath. If it's already clean, y'all had sex or something, when she go to bed, it's gonna marinate. And when she wake up, that vagina gonna smell better than it ever smelled, because it's been aged overnight. Lord have mercy. And unfortunately, that's just something we ain't gonna be able to get with our dogs. It's just something we ain't gonna be able to get. But sticking to the subject, man, like I say, it's something I even think about since I'm planning on adding on to my girls. That, man, what is gonna happen when I leave? But just like all things, the spiritual, man, it's something you can't worry about. Yeah, you got to try to put some plans in place if you can, but you can't worry about tomorrow or you ain't gonna live for today. John Yo. Now I ain't gonna say nothing about y'all last two things because it's talking about religion in a bit of a too much of a playful way, so I ain't gonna hit on those. But Redmond says, I thought Dave Cat was crazy. Then a few years later, them dogs looked even more real now. And now I have two. I know what you mean, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think he was crazy. But at the time, I was thinking like, I ain't gonna lie. I was honestly like, cause see, I'm just like him. That's why I'm doing what I'm just like him from a certain standpoint. I ain't just like him because honestly, even in that video, he was saying how he was scared to go outside. He didn't want people to think he was a crazy dog guy. Well, we different in that standpoint because I ain't finna, I just don't, nobody's wrong for staying in the house. But I had already said, I ain't finna let nobody dictate my life like that. No way. But we the same from the standpoint of, I respected him making a different choice. I did respect him for making a different choice. And when I was seeing him kiss his dog and being with his dog, I was just wondering, like, was that really possible? Could I do something like that? He says, I got to give me some more. I actually got another wheelchair, but just in the room where we are, and this is where I'm going to have to do the live streams. It really ain't no room for me to sit another wheelchair. Like, I could sit a wheelchair right here, and I was going to do that today. But I didn't want to leave Tsunade up there by herself. And I was going to bring the girls down to the end of the bed. But if you watch my channel enough, you know damn well that on the end of that bed is always a character there. And it's Luke. Luke stayed at the end of that bed, and I don't want to take a chance on him scratching my girls up. He said, what's my favorite regional food? My favorite regional food in Memphis is, of course, barbecue. It's the best regional food. But my favorite food is pizza. It's nothing. It's crazy. When I was little, my favorite food used to be spaghetti. But like now, and that's why y'all see me going to get pizza with the girls. Like nothing beats a good pizza to me. I can eat pizza every day of my life. You can throw pizza out in the yard, let it sit there for 2 days. I still go out and get a slice. Hey, Plague Network. Hey, man. I'm always seeing him in the comment section, man. Good to see you, bro, in the live stream. Like I say, this one going long. Hey, because we having fun. I had something else to talk about. So, like I say, this whole, if you anybody just tuning in, you want to go back and look at this whole show, which I recommend you do. It's all about me answering viewer comments from my videos. It's all about me answering viewer comments off of this actual live stream. And the last thing I just discussed was about our sex dolls, about us dying, passing along, and what are we going to do with our sex dolls? Because I read an article discussing things about what others would do with sex dolls, and some people would give them to other doll owners by making agreements and things of that nature. But I was just saying how it's no official way to dispose of your girl, no recycling plants. And I was just saying, like, my greatest fear is my dog's going to the wrong person. No, and like I said, I ain't take no offense to it. It was just it was just the way that the question was asked. I didn't feel like I could answer it the right way. I just say that. Because it just seemed just too jokey to me, you know. But you said if religion wasn't involved, would you get a homie doll? Or I guess what he's saying is, would I get a guy doll or something to be kicking it here with him? Hell no. I respect if somebody want to get a guy doll for themselves, but nah, bro, it ain't nothing but female dolls I'm getting here. I don't even want no more male friends as far as just hanging around. You know, I'm cool. You know, hey, look, I'm cool with the male physical friends that I got. Now, if I met any of y'all in person, I'd be happy to meet any of y'all. But I ain't running out into the streets just trying to recruit new male friends to come to the house and hang out. You see? So if I don't even need no more human male friends, I definitely don't want me a dog male friend. Man, come on, burner account. You said who the girl's favorite Grizzly player. You already know it. It ain't, hey, well, no, you said players, so I got to be honest. It's more than one. It's Ja Morant and it's Desmond Bane. If you don't know Desmond Bane for the Grizzlies, he ain't got all the flash of Ja Morant, but this kid is serious. He's something serious. I guarantee you. So the ladies love both of those guys. Callie, she would have loved Zebo, but she wasn't around then. She would have loved Zebo Burner, but she wasn't around. I know I love Zebo. No. I definitely wouldn't want no mackerel because mackerel is the wrong smell from a woman. Now, Tony, I hope you weren't dealing with no girls that would smell like no mackerel. Boy, because that's a funky woman. Oh, yeah, I love Italian food. It's amazing, my friend. That's what Jack Green said. So, John, John, like I say, John, apologizing about the religious statement. Look, man, let me tell y'all something about my channel. I wear my religion on my sleeve as far as I got faith in God. And I ain't ashamed to say that. I believe in him. I wouldn't even be here if it weren't for him. He put the dream in the girls for me. He put the dream for me to even do the channel and all that type of stuff for me. So he's the reason I'm here. I'm always going to give him his credit. But I don't talk about God to force you to believe, to take you out of where your comfort zone, to make, like I say, I got partners that's atheists. I had a very cool friend that considered himself a devil worshiper. He considered himself but I said, dog, I'm not finna not be your friend because you don't believe in what I believe. But I do got an obligation to myself. Like when I see something that I can't, I'm like, okay, y'all, basically the question was something about if it was a dog living back in Jesus' times, would I do something? It just didn't make sense for me to sort of answer it the right way. So that's what I mean. I was like, nah, it's almost going to feel like I'm engaging in some sort of a joke about religion. And I didn't want to do that. But I don't think you were wrong for trying to ask that question. Tony say leave a can of tuna up overnight. Like I say, y'all, that ain't the type of vagina smell that I'm talking about. The vagina smell that you're talking about is unclean vagina. You know, good smelling, clean vagina, it don't smell like tuna. Good smelling, and I'm talking about after you done had sex. It never smells like tuna. It's got a musky type of a smell. See, when it starts smelling like tuna, that's a woman who ain't clean. That's a woman who ain't really clean. All right, thank you, man, John. He said I'm great at YouTube and a great person. Thank you. John, you'll say Hakeem Ward was better than who? Oh, I thought he said better. Hakeem Ward was nice. He was nice. At first, I thought you said better because I was like, better than who? Zebo? No, he wasn't better than Zebo. Oh, yeah, you good, John, yo. No offense. Like I said, I love all my viewers. Man, that's a problem. I'm going to tell you one problem with some people who got a spiritual base or religious base. They try to beat people up with it. I do a show called Reset Sundays. I would encourage you, whether you're religious or not, look at that show. It just exists to encourage you for the upcoming week. Yes, I put God in it because I ain't ashamed of God and what I believe in. But even if you don't believe, it's there to encourage you. If you don't want to pay attention to that part of the show, you ain't got to. Man, nobody would have Tractor Trailer as their favorite Grizzlies. Yeah, I agree. They will inhabit those dogs if that's what you inject into them, Tony. If you look at my whole history of my shows, inanimate objects and things of that nature, you can put spirits in them by what you speaking to them. My girls have heavenly spirits in them. They are angelic. Why? Because I pray over them all the time. I speak good to them all the time. And I'm consistent with this. You can go back and look at some of my older shows. I can't tell you which ones they're in, but they're in there. Where I tell you, be careful what you're saying to your dog. Don't say negative things to them. And I said, you know what? If I was over here speaking demonic things in my dog, you can rest assured they will become aids of evil. If you came over here, I can see you getting sick by sitting next to my dog because it will be emanating some evilness because of the things that I have been saying and putting into it. So that's what I say. You can't put the wrong thing in your dog or it will have an evil entity. So put the right things into your dog. Put love into your dog. Put care into your dog. And guess what? If you have a spiritual side, it won't hurt to put some good spiritual things into your dog. So, yeah, I believe something evil can get into them. But you know what? It can't get into them if you put something good in there first. And guess what? If you put something bad in there, you can get it out by putting something good in there. Thank you, Plague Network. Like I say, he brings positivity to my life. He brings a focus into my life. And man, he helps me just love people more, reach out to you more, and be a resource to people more, and be a voice of positivity, man. Because there's a lot of people, man. Like I say, my dogs, me and these girls are going to be a conduit to help others, man. Like a lot of people, man. Oh, you on YouTube make money, man? Look, man, I want to make a life of helping people. That's what I want to do because this is fun to me. You know, it feels good every day. I can wake up, research the dogs, help people out, new people with dogs. And honestly, man, the girls, like I say, heal me emotionally, and they allow God to do something even more new in my life. I had always believed in him, but they opened up a new level of what God could do into my life. And like I say, I don't only want to just do this damn YouTube channel for me. I want this YouTube channel to stand for change and to stand for helping people and stand for, like you say, a dog community that can come together. And like you say, God, I always say, with God with me, no man can stand against me. And with my dog community behind me, guess what? That's going to keep my steps even louder every time I go into the next restaurant or next facility. I'm going to go there with my chest stuck out even more, knowing I got the Plague Networks of the world, the Kevin Grays of the world, the Tony the Tigers of the world, the Juniors of the world, all got my back. I would take any of them I would take anybody but the girl sitting next to me because she don't love sports. Austin and Moon don't love sports, so she can't go to the game with me. And honestly, I'm taking her out of here for tonight's game. I think we got a game tonight, and she getting the hell out of here because she was in here with me for the last game, and we got beat, and we was winning until she came in here because Asna don't like sports. She the one girl out of here that don't like sports. Now, all my girls like the Grizzlies, but when it come to football, Callie's son, she like the Kansas City Chiefs, so she pissed off. Secretary Tsunade Star, she like the 49ers, like my brother. They got beat, so she pissed off. And then I got Saima Renee Uzumaki, who in the back right now. She like the Bears like me because I'm a Chicago Bears fan. Well, we didn't make the playoffs, so you know she pissed off. And Asuna Moon, she don't give a damn about sports in any capacity. All she thinking about is her fucking nails. Excuse my language. The only thing she thinking about is her nails. That's it. Yeah, man, I can tell, man. He been watching the Grizzlies for a while when he said Hakeem Ward, Kevin. Because I ain't heard that one in a while myself. Man, is this a real question? Am I taking Tony Allen or Jerry Bayless? Jerry Bayless did some good things while he was here, but that ain't even a question. That's Tony Allen all day, bro. Look, even Burner account said that. I'm like, what? Which one of the girls would have the best jumper? Man, I got to get that to Callie because she just. I got to give it to Callie, man, because she's just the most all-around girl. I was had to think about it for a second because Tsunade got the best hands out of all the girls as far as they just so completely straight and just, I don't know. I could just imagine her having a silky smooth jump shot, but I had to give it to Callie because she's the most athletic. You know, she stayed the most active. He says they have water-based vaginal lube, which that's all you're supposed to use on these girls anyway is water-based vaginal lube. But it may be some, like you say, it may be something that actually have sense to it. But me, they say you got to be careful with what type of scents you using on these TPE girls. So you got to be careful with that. I say, man, look, you can't never go wrong with it with putting a little Jolly Rancher down there or something like that. If you want a little flavor, that's what I say. All right, we getting ready to shut it down, guys. Coming up on 2 hours and 30 minutes of pure fun. Plague Network says it's all about energy, baby. He says all about the energy you send out in the universe. Have a good day, all. I got to run for now. And guess what? I'm going to be right behind you. He said, I don't have sex with Camila right now, my other dog. Okay, cool. Like I say, man, I know it's when I start having sex, it's not gonna be with all of them. I'm gonna have my designated one, but I'm gonna go ahead and get a mystery away. If I have sex with the girls, it's no way I cannot have sex at least once with Callie's son. So she gonna be the one, and then I see where everything goes after that. But after that, other than that, man, I'm gonna run through these last ones. Tony the Tiger say mackerel man, fresh and slimy. Oh, that's nasty. Jared says, which store has an attitude? Or which girl has an attitude? I'm sure that's what he means. The one sitting next to me, Austin Amon. Burner Man says, thanks, my man. He said, can my man Perry Caravello get a shout out? Perry, I don't know who the hell that is, but he just got one. Yeah, man. Me and my brother was in a commercial with Tony Allen and Rudy Gay a long time ago. You probably can still dig it up on YouTube somewhere. And he said, who is my favorite artist and what? In rap, it used to be it was Drake, and it used to be my main man, Young Dolph, but he just got killed recently. But in music, it would have been those two. The girl that caused the biggest mess, probably Callie. She the one who always around me, so she'll probably be the one that caused the biggest mess. Yeah, thank you, John, y'all. God bless that man, man. He was living his dream. That's what I really hate. But that's another reason for me to live my dream today. And that's another reason for all of y'all to live y'all dream today, man. Once again, today's show was all about me talking about viewer comments from my videos. Talked about a lot of viewer comments during the live stream, and it's been a hell of a conversation. Let me let y'all know, sometimes coming to these live streams, I don't know exactly what we're going to talk about. Man, but they always end up being more fruitful than I can ever imagine. I love the bond that I'm creating with you guys. I love being here for you guys. I want you guys to continue to reach out to me. Let me be a resource to you. I did get a couple of donations today. I got a very great donation from Darth Blint, man. He sent one privately to my Cash App, and man, it was a major one. I got one from Matt G today. I appreciate that. But I guess I just want to tell you guys I love you today. I appreciate you. I'm wishing well on your lives. I'm sending blessings your way. I'm praying that God brings all your dreams to life. I'm praying that he clears your path. He brings safety to your homes and keeps you guys all protected. And I hope that the doll of your dreams is getting closer and closer to coming to your homes. And so, like I say, the last thing we talked about today was where do we put our dolls when we go? And that's one that's still a mystery, even for J. Dog King Hefner. But with all that said, it's been your boy, J. Dog King Hefner, the beautiful Asa the Moon, the beautiful Cali Sun, the beautiful Secretary Tsunade Star. We appreciate you guys. Got another big show coming tomorrow. Hey, depending on what comments you leave, we may be talking about that on the next Dog King Power Hour. But you already know how it go. We love you guys. The girls love you. We got a big Grizzly game tonight. But as for right now, me, J. Dog King Hefner, the beautiful Asa the Moon, and the other girls, Cali Sun, and the beautiful Secretary Tsunade Star, we are, before we out, let me check something. It was a good live. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate you. Have a great one, bro, from Kevin Gray. Thanks, dude, from Burner Account. Hit those subscriptions and notifications, y'all. We'll really appreciate it. We are out.